Have you ever written the same logic in three different parts of your application, such as the web app, API, and reporting, and then had to update them all when the rules changed? What if you could write that logic once and have the database handle the rest? In this video, I'm going to show you why you should be using PL/SQL in your applications that use an Oracle database. I'll share several advantages that PL/SQL gives you and when it makes sense to use it. If you want to improve your PL/SQL skills, get your copy of my PL/SQL cheat sheet using the link in the description. PL/SQL stands for Procedural Language Structured Query Language, and it is Oracle's procedural extension to SQL. It lets you write logic like if statements, loops, error handling, and more directly inside the database. So instead of pushing all your logic out to the application layer, you can embed it close to the data. Think of it like writing small programs that live inside the database and can be reused anywhere. This is one of the biggest strengths of using Oracle, but many developers skip over it. There are many benefits of using PL/SQL on your database. First up, performance. If your app sends 5 SQL statements to the database, that's 5 round trips over the network. With PL/SQL, you can group that logic into a single block, run it inside the database, and send back just the result. That saves time and reduces latency, especially over slower connections or high-traffic systems. PL/SQL isn't just a separate programming language. It's tightly integrated with Oracle's features. You can write triggers, schedule jobs, define custom types, and use built-in packages like DBMS Output, UTL File, or DBMS Scheduler. These allow you to do things that might be harder to do in other places, like in the application. It also uses built-in Oracle features, so you know it has better compatibility. Rather than duplicating logic across different parts of your application, PL/SQL lets you store procedures, functions, and packages all in the database. This means you store the logic in a single place and use it in many places. You can use it in your application or other pieces of code on the database. This makes it easier to maintain over time. If business logic changes, you update it in one place. All applications and services that access it will automatically use the new logic. When logic lives in the database, you can control access with roles and privileges. Oracle and many other databases allow you to create roles and define permissions for those roles. You can add users to the roles. This can help improve the overall security of the database. You can provide access to the procedures to the application rather than the underlying tables, ensuring that the application can only see what it is allowed to see. You can even create APIs around stored procedures and only expose those, hiding the underlying tables entirely. It's much harder to bypass business rules this way. Benefit number 5 is around transactions. PL/SQL gives you precise control over transactions. You can handle commits, rollbacks, and save points exactly where they need to be. This is something that's harder to manage if you push logic into the application layer. Sure, it is possible, especially in modern languages and frameworks, but it's arguably easier when using PL/SQL. If you want to get hands-on and learn how to write clean, effective PL/SQL that's easy to maintain and performs well, I've created a course called Effective PL/SQL. It walks you through everything from writing stored procedures and functions to using packages and handling errors step by step. You can find the link in the description. With PL/SQL, you can catch and handle errors gracefully using exception blocks. You can raise custom exceptions, log issues, and respond in ways your users understand. Compare that to getting vague errors from a failed SQL call in your application code. Handling errors in PL/SQL is often better. Yes, you can add error handling in your application, and you can build something that's probably just as good. But with PL/SQL, you have more control over the errors and how they are treated. Lastly, by moving logic to the database, your application code becomes thinner. That means faster development, fewer bugs, and easier maintenance. You stop writing repetitive SQL strings scattered across your application and start calling well-defined procedures. You could argue that you're simply moving the logic to the database instead of the application, and the overall complexity is the same. But having the logic in PL/SQL means you have separated the viewing and user actions from the business logic, which could be helpful. Now, to be clear, PL/SQL isn't perfect for every situation. If your business logic changes rapidly, it might be easier to keep it in the application layer, where it's easier to deploy updates. But recent improvements in the tooling for PLSQL and database deployments means it's getting easier to make regular deployments of database code. Also, for lightweight apps where performance isn't critical, adding PLSQL might be unnecessary. But for complex systems with lots of logic, data validation, and multiple interfaces, PLSQL gives you a huge advantage. PLSQL is one of the most powerful tools that Oracle gives you. It helps you build faster, more secure, and more maintainable systems. If you're ready to level up your PLSQL skills, check out my course Effective PLSQL. It's designed to take you from the basics to production-ready code, with plenty of examples and best practice. The link is in the description. Also, if you want to learn how to create a PLSQL stored procedure from scratch, you'll want to watch this video next, where I show you exactly how to do that. Thanks for watching.